This is a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports. It's time for Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR. Pierre Governor Baseball is brought to you by Bank West, B&B Equipment, the Association of South Dakota Weed and Pest, and Fisher Rounds and Associates.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
And by Sioux Nation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Overhead Door Company, Service Master, and All Around Graphics.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Here, Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Nystrom Electric, Wagner Auto, Agtegra, AirTech, Pierre Sports Center, Comtech, and Rising Hope Counseling.
3-2 pitch. There's a line drive. Iverson going over for it. Dives, makes the catch. Iverson saves at least 2 runs, and we remain scoreless through 3.5.
And by Avera, Dakota Sprinkler, Birding Electric, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, and Lamb Motor.
We'll take off for a second. Dean out towards right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Here, Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Olson Plumbing, Todd's Electric, Kruger Contracting, Midwest Cooperative, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Shane's Pharmacy. And now let's go to the booth for the call of today's game with KCCR Sports Director John Winkler.
Lights are on, but we're ready for baseball here on this Mother's Day as the Pierre Governors take on the Sturgis Scoopers. And a good Mother's Day Sunday afternoon to you as the rains finally stopped after a long couple days of it just seemingly not wanting to stop the last 2 days. But it didn't rain enough to get us out of baseball here today, and we're ready for a doubleheader between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. The Governors playing their lone games of the weekend before the final week of the season when they take on both Washington and Lincoln to close out the year next Friday and Saturday. But the Pierre Governors are looking to get 2 more games over 500, which will put them at 12 games over 500. They're coming in at 14-4 in the season, and they're looking for a big, again, doubleheader sweep of the Sturgis Scoopers team because Brookings and Douglas are playing today. So no matter what happens between those two teams, those two games, Brookings their seed points will drop. With Douglas getting 41 points, the seed points will drop for the Brookings Bobcats. And if Douglas would pick up a win, they drop even more with that loss to Douglas. So even a doubleheader sweep, just like it was on Wednesday for the Governors when they beat Rapid City Central, their seed points dropped them a little bit. But here today, they will get they will get 47 points in each of their wins if they get wins, because the Sturgis Scoopers, while they're 8-8 on the season, are 7-5 against Class A opponents. That 500 mark, once you get below 500, that's when that next tier is for seed points in terms of wins. But for the Governors, if they get wins over Sturgis, even if they put them to 500, they'll still get 47 points for each of those 2 wins, which will be huge to push them up back into the top 4, which again, the top 4 will host a regional round 2 weeks from yesterday in the first 2 rounds of the state tournament, and then those 4 winners of those 4 region rounds will meet in the state Final Four and the state championship coming up on the Memorial Day weekend on that Saturday out in Sioux Falls. So the Governors and Sturgis Scoopers coming up here this afternoon and this evening. Originally, it was supposed to start at 1 o'clock and go 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Instead, it will be a 3 o'clock start and a 5 o'clock, or the second game will follow around 5 o'clock between Pierre and Sturgis. So the moms are going to be honored here. The moms and grandmas, everybody that are huge for this Pierre Governor program will be honored. I believe even for Sturgis as well. We will step aside for 3 minutes. We will come back and have more with the pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium, the mothers are being honored as we have that down on the field right now. As we're going to take a break, but if you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, you'll be able to hear or you'll be able to see the mothers being honored. We'll kind of zoom in on that and also keep from the commercials, the logos going up on the screen to have it all the way through. So we'll step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They'll answer your questions, and they'll even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy is the pharmacy you know and trust. That number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or post-date apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
And we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium as we are getting set for baseball here this afternoon. As we are getting set for first pitch, we'll go through the starting lineups. First for the Sturgis Scoopers, it will be R.J. Andruski, the second baseman, to lead things off. Caden Olson will bat second, playing third base. Kellen Olson is the pitcher, batting third. David Anderson, the DH, batting fourth. Ridge Inho for the catcher, batting fifth. Owen Castle will be the catcher, batting sixth. Dustin Allen is the left fielder, batting seventh. Kane Peters, the first baseman, batting eighth, and Hunter Jansen, the right fielder, will bat ninth. Thor Sundstrom is the center fielder that is not in the starting lineup or in the batting order for the Sturgis Scoopers. For the Pierre Governors, on the mound is Jake Mayer as he makes his second start in as many games or as many doubleheaders. He started on Wednesday for the Governors and threw excellent through 3 innings and had, I believe, 6 strikeouts in those 3 innings that he threw. As he comes in, Jake Mayer, 4 1/3 innings pitch. This will be his third start, 4th appearance overall. 4 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. That E-raise dipped down to about 9.692 and a whip of 2.308. But again, as we're getting closer to the end of the season, but another good outing here will drop that ERA and whip even more as the Governors are looking for a strong start. These are 2 big wins for Pierre if they can get them. Sturgis at 7-5 in Class A. They're 8-8 overall. They lost on Thursday to Gillette, the last game that they played, and they end up losing in that contest. They lost It was 4-2 in that game to Gillette. But they had beaten Douglas in those 2 wins last weekend. But with them being at 7-5 in Class A, those two, if Pierre wins both games, they drop to 7-7, which will still give them 47 points per win and not dropping down to 44. Now, Sturgis would lose another game before the end of the season and drop under 500, and then all of a sudden they go to 44 points instead of being 47-point wins. But these 2 wins are must-wins for the Governors to get those 47 points, and also Brookings playing Douglas today, this afternoon. Those 2 wins will drop Brookings in seed points because they can only get to 41 points with those 2 wins. If they lose, then they get the lowest amount of points that you can get with a loss to a team that's got a 250 win percentage or below. So this is turns into 2 big wins for the Pierre Governors that they needed here today. We're going to get started about 5 minutes early. Glad, though, you could join us here on this Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. And say happy Mother's Day to my mom, to my grandma, as we are getting set for baseball here on Mother's Day. First time since 2019 we get to play on Mother's Day. Looking forward to this one between the Pierre Governors and the Sturgis Scoopers. Jake Mayer will go for the windup. The first pitch to Andruski is a miss for ball 1 as we are underway here at 2:54 this afternoon from Hyde Stadium. 6 minutes early than we were hoping for. 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now 2-0. It's going to be a little tough. The pitchers are going to have to work their way into finding the right spot. You get a nice warm, or I guess it wasn't warm on Wednesday, but a dry day on Wednesday. The mound's going to be a little bit different than what you had originally played on Wednesday. If you pitched in that Wednesday doubleheader, which Jake Mayer did, is now 3-0. He's struggling to find the footing here. But because of the rain that came through, the tarp was on, but it doesn't mean it's in complete perfect condition, although the field looks like it's as good as it's ever been. Here's a 3-0 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Andruski. So leadoff man is aboard to open up the ball game here for the Pierre Governor, or for the Sturgis Scoopers against the Pierre Governors. Here up Caden Olson, the lefty, the third baseman. Not the start that Jake Mayer is hoping for, but this is, again, for the Pierre Governors. You want to have a strong start, but Jake Mayer, who had a really good outing on Wednesday, we'll see how he can work through that leadoff walk as the first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. So 5 straight misses here from Mayer to open up this game. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That one is over, and there's the first strike from Jake Mayer. And the count is now even at a ball and a strike. See if Mayer can work from there. Andy Gordon is in on the grass, infield grass at third base. Will go around the horn defensively. 1-1 pitch. That one's at the letters, and it's now 1-2. Olson on Thursday when they played Gillette, and it was a single game. It went 0 for 3 in the 4-2 loss. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Miss, or it is at the knees, and it does not miss. Taken for strike 3, and there's the first out of the ball game for Pierre. And the first strikeout after 6 strikeouts from Jacob Mayer last on this past Wednesday in those 3 innings that he threw. So here's now Kellen Olson, the pitcher. First pitch will bounce, gets away from Huska, and to second base will go Andruski. And so there's a runner on second with 1 down here at the top of the first. Kellen Olson coming into pitch. Will be the starter here in game number 1 against this Pierre Governor team. As there's a strike, and it's now 1-1. Olson, the last time he pitched, well, they said he came in to pitch against Douglas, but there was no record of him actually throwing a pitch. He actually was a starter in game 1 against Douglas. That one misses, and it's now 2-1. We'll go through his stat line in the bottom of the first inning and what he did against that Douglas team last Saturday. Count is 2-1 from Jake Mayer to Kellen Olson. Runner on second here with 1 down. 2-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now 3-1. Huska blocked it up, and he stepped over the ball and had to turn circles and figure where it was at, although it was right underneath his feet. So the count is now at 3 balls and a strike. On deck is the DH, David Anderson. Mayer's trying to avoid a second walk here in the top of the first. Gordon took a step back. He's playing at the edge of the infield dirt. 3-1 pitch is outside, and it's a 1-out walk So now it's first and second here for the DH, David Anderson, who went 2 for 3 against Gillette. Had the only RBI, the 2 runs that scored. The 1 run that scored. They end up losing 4-1 in that game. As he had the lone RBI, drove in Caden Olson, who Olson struck out, but Andruski is in scoring position. Here's the first pitch, and it's over for strike 1. 0-1's the count here to David Anderson, Jake Mayer on the mound here in the top of the first of this doubleheader on Mother's Day. Backed it up 2 hours from the original start time. The 0-1 pitch, that one's grounded down the first base line. It was fouled. Dean made a nice snag over at first base, but it was just barely foul. The count is now at 0-2. Would have been tough to get the double play, but they definitely would have had the guy out at first base. Dean would have had to step on the bag, and it'd be a quick throw and a quick tag over at second to try and get him out, but instead it's now 0-2 with runners at first and second. Here's the 0-2 pitch, curveball that will miss. Went off the umpire after Huska got a piece of it, so the count is now 1-2. Spencer Lettler is out in left. McGuire Rasky in center. Elliott Life is in right. Andy Gordon at third. Matt Hansen at short. Jane Wiebe at second. Bennett Dean at first. And Deegan Huska is behind the plate as Jake Mayer delivers the 1-2 pitch to Anderson. Misses low and inside and is now 2-2. No Lincoln Keenholz today. Aaron Booth still injured. We'll see if we can find an update on him on how long he might be out. That one's fouled back just off the mid of Huska, and the count remains at 2-2. Lights are on here already this afternoon. Although we should be able to get through these 2 games before sunset. Say should because we'd have like an extra 2 hours of games. We're kind of over planning. 2-2 pitch just comes inside, and the count is now at 3-2. Anderson is inside on the left-handed batter's box. I mean, his front foot, or his back foot, I should say, is almost in the corner. So he's kind of hugging that plate, trying to get that inside pitch. 3-2 pitch is outside, and it's the third walk issued by Jake Mayer, and the bases are now loaded here with 1 down in the top of the first inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Ridge Inhofer. And Dirk Campbell not wasting a whole lot of time. He's going to try and he's going to come out and talk with his starting pitcher, Jake Mayer, and try and get things figured out here early on. We have a courtesy runner for Olson at second base, Kellen Olson, as that will try and figure out who that is. He is not on the lineup card. Looked like it was number 10. Maybe it was number 40. If it's number 40, it'd be Bo Peters. That's the courtesy runner. Looked like it was number 10, which is not in the on the lineup card. But it is going to be Ridge Inhofe for the catcher to hit here with the bases loaded and 1 down. 3 walks so far in the inning from Jake Mayer. Strikeout looking by Caden Olson. We have not seen a ball hit and play quite yet. First pitch bounces in. And a good block by Huska. And the count is 1-0. Govs have everybody ready to go. And they had them for the weekend. Everybody was ready to go for the weekend. So now with just the only game here today, only 2 games here today, as that one is on the outside edge. It's now 1-1. And no games until Friday and Saturday of next week. You get the 4-day rest. You have everybody available, then go as long as they need to. 1-1 pitch. That one's grounded foul to the third base coach for Sturgis, and the count is now 1-2. And this becomes a big pitch and a big at-bat, even more so for Ridge Inhofer, who's down 1-2 in the count. A strikeout, it would be big. A ground ball. A ground ball right back to Mayer would be a perfect play to make. Start a 1-2-3 doubleheader and get you out of this inning without any damage. From the windup, here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball that is smoked out to center field. Rasky driving to his right. He will make the catch. The runners will tag 90 feet. And we have runners at first and third with 2 down, and Sturgis is on the board with the RBI sac fly by Ridge Inhofer. And Drewski will come in to score. The runner is at third. Anderson did not tag up as the throw came back in and kept him at first base. But here's now Owen Cass with another runner in scoring position. A base hit would make it a 2-0 lead for Sturgis here at the top of the first. Cass in that first game, or in that game on Thursday, did not record that bat. Did not have a plate appearance as well. As step off, and now they've got a man in a pickle trying to figure out if they're going to try and score with that runner. And they will get the tag, and the runner does not score. The run does not come in. The umpire says the run does not score. The runner did not cross in time. Peters did not come across the plate before the man was tagged out, so the Governors catch a huge break as Mayer picks off the runner at first on a delayed steal. He's trying to force himself into a pickle and could not allow Olsen to come in, or Peters, who was running for Olsen, to come in. So 1 run scores, no hits in the inning, no errors, and one man left on base after the top of the first. Govs down 1-0. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olsen Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heatolator fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olsen Plumbing has a great selection of Heatolator fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olsen Plumbing. Heatolator Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olsen Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
As we welcome you back here at Hyatt Stadium as the Governors trail 1-0 after the top of the first inning. And that was a play that kind of you want to kind of circle that play just because of the fact that because the run did not score and it's still 1-0, you're trying to get that run to come in. It was designed steal to throw it into a pickle for that runner at third to come in to score, but he was about 2 steps prior to the plate when the guy got tagged out at first. There's not much more he could do. Dean, the great job by Dean to tag him out before the runner came across the plate. You got to give Dean a lot of credit to make that play. Also, because if you get a little bit farther into a pickle, that run's easily going to score, but I think he had enough time, just didn't come in to score, and the Govs were able to get out of that inning without any hits, just 1 run to come across the board. And so now here's Matt Hansen to lead things off for the Governors as we'll go through the batting order here in just a minute. But a play that you want to circle on the scorecard because that might come back to help the Governors in this ballgame. First pitch misses low to Matt Hansen. Hansen comes in batting .333 on the season. Still looking for that extra base, first extra base hit. 9 runs driven in, though. The 1-0 pitch. There's a ground to the third baseman. Caden Olsen slides down to his knee, gets up, and the play to throw to first is in time. The leadoff man's retired. Here to open up the bottom of the first. McGuire Rasky is coming to the plate. He's playing center field, batting second. Andy Gordon will bat third and play third base. Bennett Dean's in the cleanup spot at first base. Jake Mayer batting fifth as the pitcher. Jack Merkwan's the DH, batting sixth. Spencer Lettler, the left fielder, batting 7th. Jaden Wiebe will bat 8th, playing second base. And Elliott Light, the right fielder, batting 9th. The first pitch to McGuire Rasky is outside for ball 1. Deegan Huska is not in the lineup as he is Jack Merkwan, the DH for him. McGuire Rasky, .358 batting average, 15 runs driven in. He and Andy Gordon are 1 and 2. Gordon with 17 runs driven in, Rasky with 15. As it's 2-0 here to McGuire Rasky. We'll see if maybe he gets into throw a little bit here today. As the 2-0 is over for strike one. Didn't have the good outing last weekend in Sioux Falls, but a guy that didn't pitch for about 11 months because of arm trouble. It's hard to expect him to come back and be the same McGuire Rasky that has been all of his high school career, especially when the injury itself was one that was look like it could have been devastating. But here's now a 2-2 count and the 2-2 pitch from Kellen Olson. That was a swing and a miss by Raskin. He goes down on strikes, and there's now 2 away, and that will bring up Andy Gordon. Gordon, the third baseman, coming into the weekend, coming into this doubleheader, batting .321. He got 6 doubles so far on the season, 17 runs driven in. Again, he's got the team high in runs driven in. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Hit the ball hard at .321 average, I think, for Gordon. And we talked with Coach Nathan Nas last Wednesday as the 1-0 pitch will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Now, they don't necessarily look at batting average. They decide to look at if it's a good at-bat, if you hit the ball hard, and kind of see what those the good at-bat average would be. And in terms of if you hit the ball on the right side, advance a runner, you hit a sacrifice fly, you kind of get that batting average goes up for you, or that average goes up. Quality at-bats, and Gordon's quality at-bats would be much higher than the .321 batting average he has. A 3-0 pitch is over for strike 1, and it's now 3-1. But it is frustrating when you look at your batting average and you're saying, man, boy, I hit the ball hard about 6 out of the 10 times I come to the plate, and I'm only hitting .321. Here's a hard hit ball. That's through on the left side for a base hit. A little C&I single for Andy Gordon. And the Govs aren't going down 1-2-3 in this inning. And that'll bring up Bennett Dean, the first baseman. Bennett Dean, .289 batting average, 4 runs driven in. He's hit 4 doubles, 2 triples, and his 13 hits. A pickoff attempt. I think time was called, so the pickoff attempt's not actually going to matter because the umpire had his back to the plate, and time was called trying to clean the home plate off. So Sturgis will catch a break because an error would have at least gotten Gordon to second. Depending on how that would have carried around the boards and all around the concrete over there, it could have got itself. Could have got himself to third base. So Sturgis will get that break, and no error charge to the Scoopers. The first pitch to Dean is over for strike 1. Been pretty exciting couple days for the Dean household. Blake Dean graduating from Baylor this week. Bradley Dean graduating from Dakota Wesleyan today. As the 0-1 pitch is at the knees, it's now 0-2, and Bennett Dean will graduate 2 weeks from today. So a lot of graduation parties coming up for the Deans. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Curveball that Dean will fight off. He'll ground it foul in third base line. Good job to keep the hands back there from Dean. And stays alive down 0-2. Here to Kelton Olson. Olson, the last time he pitched was last Saturday. He went 4 innings. He gave up 3 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts. He did not walk a man. He threw 38 pitches in those 4 innings for the Sturgis Scoopers, who end up winning 15-0. 0-2 pitch just outside. And a good take there from Dean. Close take from Dean, but the count is now at 1-2. Gordon's on at first base. 2 down here in the bottom of the first. From the stretch, here's the 1-2 pitch. Dean swings and misses, and he'll go down on strikes. And that will end the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. 1 complete here at Hyde Stadium. Sturgis leads Pierre 1-0. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
6-7-8 here due up for the Sturgis Scoopers in the top of the second. John Wickler here on this. Turns into a beautiful Sunday afternoon. A little chilly, but with where we were expecting this game, I think there's a lot of people, and I would, I'm one of those people, too, that I just thought there was no chance that we're going to play this afternoon after not playing yesterday and the rain, the steady rain that had been falling from Saturday afternoon all the way through this morning. And it just felt like there was no possibility that we're going to have ourselves a game today. But here we are playing a doubleheader against Sturgis. The Scoopers have a 1-0 lead as the first pitch to Owen Cass will come in for strike one from Jake Mayer. Field looks absolutely great. I mean, you think about all the rain that we had, and the 0-1 is over. It's now 0-2. Talking a little bit to D.T. Meyer this afternoon, said that the rain gauge was around 4,300, so a little less than a half an inch. That was this morning, so we could have potentially got to a half an inch of rain. As the 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and Husko will have to make that throw to first base, and the leadoff man is retired on the second strikeout of the game for Jake Mayer. And then to bring up Dustin Allen, the left fielder, with one away in the top of the second. But around half an inch, so there wasn't a whole lot of rain. It was just a steady mist that kind of turned things soggy, but the field looks like it maybe sprinkled. That was about it. I mean, the field looks absolutely great. The work that the coaching staff and the players did here this afternoon, as that one's laced into right field in front of LA Live for a one-out single for Dustin Allen. And Sturgis has their first hit of the ball game. And it's a runner on first here with one down in the top of the second. And there goes a no-hitter. That's Kane Peters, the first baseman, will come to the plate. They scored that first run on 3 walks and a sac fly to Sturgis in the top of the first inning. First pitch to Kane Peters is outside for ball 1. Peters, the first baseman here in game number 1. Bo Peters was the courtesy runner for the pitcher Olson in the top of the first inning, as that pitch will miss and is now 2-0. Runner on first, that is Dustin Allen. One down here at the top of the second. Mayer comes set. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 3-0. Now, Greg Dean and I have talked the last several games. We've talked about the walks have been the issue for the Governor pitching staff. You really look at it, then in the games, the 4 games that they've lost, it is now a 3-1 count here to Kane Peters. The walks and the hit batters, the free passes have just been the errors are not the problem for the Governors. I say that, knock on wood, and talk about the 4 games they lost, not talking about everything else, but just it's not the pitching staff got to limit the walks, and drives coaches nuts, as there's another walk, as it's going to be a one-out walk issued, and it's now first and second. So the 4th walk by Jake Mayer. And that's the big thing is when you look at some of the great games the Governors have played, and especially the Brookings doubleheader where they won 2-1 and then 1-0 in 8 innings, there was hardly any walks. He did not walk any guys, and that leaves the pitching staff to allow just a few runs, if any. And that's the biggest thing that the Governors have been fighting here is walks. And been several where you just tip the cap, where you've thrown a lot of pitches to a guy, and there's others where you really want that at-bat back because just didn't have the walking 4 pitchers or just didn't find the strike. So 0-1 pitch, trying to bunt, fouls it back is Jansen. And the count is now 0-2. As Hunter Jansen, again against Gillette, did not have an at-bat. As against Douglas, he went 2 for 3 with 2 runs. There's a big swing and a miss. Another strikeout here for Jake Mayer. That's his now 3rd strikeout of the ball game. 2 down here in the top of the second, and that'll bring back up to the top of the order for R.J. Andruski, who walked and came around to score the game's first and only run so far. So Andruski, who drew that walk, that first of 3 in that top of the first inning, scored on the RBI sac fly from Ridge Inhofer. His first pitch will miss low for ball 1. To the second baseman. Infield straight up as Wiebe, the second baseman, holding on the runner at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's laced into center field. Diving for it's Raskin. He makes the catch to end the inning. A fantastic grab by McGuire Rasky coming straight in from center field. And that retires a side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left on base. After an inning and a half, the Governors trailing Sturgis 1-0. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
Bottom of the second, as we welcome you back to Heinz Stadium. John Winkler here on this Sunday afternoon as the Govs down 1-0 to the Sturgis Scoopers, and McGuire Raskey's diving catch. That's another one to circle in this game, because 2 big outs have been recorded by the Governors to end the top of the first and second inning. So those 2 are kind of ones you circle and maybe go back to if this game remains close and the Governors pick up a squeak one out against this Sturgis Scooper team. Jake Mayer, Jack Merquan, and Spencer Lettler to lead things off. It is 5, 6, and 7 for the Governors. As Mayer has worked his way into being in the lineup every time he pitches, as he's hitting .367. He's picked up an RBI, or 3 RBIs so far. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts in his 35 plate appearances. First pitch to Mayer. He'll foul that one off of him and the catcher, and it's 0-1. As Jake Mayer, again, .367 batting average. He's really worked his way into one being when he's on the mound, no DH for him, and he's even played himself into being a DH or being out in the field. The 0-1 pitch misses low and is now 1-1. Seen some of these pitchers like to hit for themselves. Last summer, saw quite often the pitcher being hit for. 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. Gray Zabel didn't play for very long, but when he was playing and Garrett Stout was pitching, those 2 guys, they're the 2 guys that really didn't get the DH, but everybody else did when they were on the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a chopper that went off of Mayer, and it'll roll foul. And Mayer didn't move. The umpire didn't call a foul ball. Luckily, it clearly went off of him, and then you could see by the way the ball was spinning that it would have had to hit something. But the umpire didn't say it right away, and both Coach Ryan Kruger and Dirk Campbell are saying, just go ahead and run. Don't leave it up to the umpire. Here's the 1-2 pitch. On the outside and just missing. It's a big take there from Jake Mayer, and the count is now at 2-2. Be interesting this summer with the way these pitchers have been hitting for themselves and how well they've been hitting. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. And announcer's jinx as the throw to first is in time. And the third strikeout of the ball game here for Kelton Olson. And that will bring up Jack Merquan. Merquan's been in and out of the lineup in terms because of track, also taking the ACT, but here for Merquan, batting .529. 9 for 17 so far, 6 runs driven in. First pitch to him comes inside, nearly hits him, and it's taken for ball 1. 3 doubles, 3 triples for Merquan. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. And again, you get a couple of guys back for Legion Baseball, and we talk about Legion Baseball just because we're within a month of Legion Baseball starting, not jumping ahead of ourselves past the high school season. But he'd be a guy as a sophomore, as his count is now 3-0, that most likely will be on the senior team. I don't know for sure, but the guy that will probably be up on the senior team, continues to hit like he is, will get quite a bit of playing time. 3-0 pitch. That one is over for strike one off the glove of the catcher in Hofer, but it's still over for a strike anyway. It's now 3-1. The three high school baseball coaches here in Ryan Kruger, Dirk Campbell, and Steve Gray, and then, of course, the Legion coaches, and pretty much every coach, every baseball coach in high school baseball, and probably all the way up to the pros, is now it counts 3-2 as Merquan checked his swing and fouled it back. If you can hit, you're going to play. They're going to find a way to play you, and whether it's a DH spot or in the field somewhere, if you're going to hit 500, you're going to be playing, and not 500 by going just 2 for 4 in at-bats, by going 10 for 20. 3-2 pitch is over for strike 3, and Merquan goes down looking, and there's now 2 down. That's the 4th strikeout. And then to bring up Spencer Lettler, the left fielder. Lettler, 387 batting average coming into today, 9 runs driven in. He's picked up 2 triples. The Govs have 17 triples, 32 doubles, 17 triples in their 164 hits as the first pitch misses outside for ball 1. That first weekend when they played Rapid City Central and Stevens out in Rapid City, picked up a lot of those triples. 1-0 pitch. That one is fouled back, and that will get out of play and across the street, and the count is now 1-1. Third baseman and Caden Olson hugging the line as he's playing back down that line. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Lettler, and the count's now 1-2. On deck would be Jaden Wiebe. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one misses outside, gets the backstop, and the count is now at 2-2. Outfield is pretty much straight up, and maybe Allen, the left fielder, playing a little bit closer to the line, but not as close as the third baseman, Olson, who played that no doubles infield. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That one's on the outside edge, taken for strike 3, and striking out the side in order is Kelton Olson. As we have played 2 innings, Sturgis leads Pierre 1-0. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
Top of the third inning, Governor is down to 1-0, 2, 3, and 4 here for Sturgis. Caden Olson, Kelton Olson, and David Anderson, first 3 hitters here for Sturgis. 5 strikeouts so far for the pitcher, Kelton Olson, as he struck out the last 4 in order to close the bottom of the first and all the way through the second inning. So Sturgis holds that 1-0 lead. Talked about this being big wins for the Governors. Well, they got to get those wins first. Can't expect to come in here against this Sturgis team and just roll right through them. Sturgis is a good baseball team. They're sitting right at 500, but they've got some good athletes, some good pitching. As the first pitch is fouled back by Olson, Caden Olson, that is, for strike 1. He struck out looking at his first at-bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Mayer to Olson. That one's fouled back again, just a little bit above the letters. And the count is now at 0-2. 1 hit apiece for each team. No errors so far for either side. Sturgis left 3 men on base. The Governors left just 1. The 0-2 pitch, that one's flown out towards shallow center field. That one's going to fall in for a base hit into left center field as McGuire Rasky couldn't get over to it in time. And it's a leadoff single, the second hit of the ball game for the Scoopers. And their leadoff man is aboard for the second time in 3 innings. And that'll bring up Kelton Olson, the pitcher. So Olson on first, Olson at the plate. I'll play the Olson Plumbing ad here pretty soon. Actually, that just played, so they'll come back around again. But Jake Mayer is looking to You get a ground ball here. Pickoff attempt. Diving back in safely is Caden Olsen. Kelton Olsen drew a walk. He was stranded at third base. Technically standing at third base. The runner for was Bo Peters. He was the one that was trying to score. As the runner takes off, a swing and a miss. Who's going to throw to second? Hansen couldn't get the tag applied in time. The throw was a hop into second base, and Hansen just couldn't quite get the tag over on Caden Olsen. So he will take second base, and that eliminates the double play opportunity on a ground ball as the first pitch was a swing and a miss by Kelton Olsen. Now he's going to try and bunt it. Jake Mayer will field. The only plays to first as Wiebe goes to cover, and they will play some small ball to move that runner over to third base with one down, and now a fly ball can get the second run of the ball game in. So sack bunt to move the runner over to third, and that'll bring up David Anderson, the DH. Anderson walked in his first trip. Again, he was picked off between first and second, with Bo Peters, the runner for Kelton Olsen, trying to score on that delayed steal. There's a hard line drive. That will get the run in. That's going to be down for extra bases. All the way rolling towards the wall. Rounding first and heading for second is Anderson. He'll round second, not breaking stride, heading for third. The throw's cut off by Wiebe, and no throw in. And also Anderson coming up a little limping here at third base. And maybe he's okay because the third base coach didn't really say too much to him. But a RBI triple for David Anderson, and Sturgis now leads 2-0. Here in the top of the third inning. And that'll bring up Ridge Inhofer, and the infield will stay in again. First pitch to Inhofer. That one's fouled out of play. And it's 0-1, so a 2-0 lead now here for Sturgis in the top of the third inning. Inhofer has the other RBI of the two with that RBI sac fly out towards center field. 0-1 pitch. That one bounces in. A good block there by Huska. Good take by Inhofer. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. Mayer's going to work from the windup. Here's the 1-1 pitch. At the knees is now 1-2. For the Governors, they have 8, 9, and 1 in the bottom of the third inning. They find themselves down by 2 runs and potentially could be more. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball. That is through for a base hit just past the sliding shortstop Matt Hansen into left field. And it's now a 3-0 lead for the Sturgis Scoopers. And that'll bring up Owen Cass as Dirk Campbell will make his way back out. And we are going to have ourselves a pitching change. Looks like Elliott Life's going to be the guy that's going to come in here with one down the top of the third. So the Govs trailing 3-0. They head to their next man up. Actually head to the bullpen, but they head to the next guy in line to pitch. And it's going to be Elliott Life back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium, as Elliott Life is on the mound, as they are getting their first pitching change, as Jake Mayer will be out in right field now. Elliott Life will take over. Life was outstanding the last time we saw him pitch against O'Gorman. That was back last Saturday whenever he came in relief and he allowed 1 run in the first inning. In the next 4 innings, he allowed just 1 base runner the rest of the way, and the Govs won in extra innings 11-10. Life, this will be his 4th appearance of the season. He has given up 5 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned over 7 innings, 6 walks, 13 strikeouts. The ERA is at 4, and the whip is at 1.5 as he has a runner on first. And 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. The first man to greet him will be Owen Cass, and there'll be Dustin Allen after that. But 3 hits so far here in the inning for this Sturgis Scooper team. Olson led off with a single. Anderson brought him in with an RBI triple, and then an RBI single for Ridge Inhofer, who's got 2 of the 3 RBIs so far for Sturgis. So see, the confidence level of Elliott Life after last Saturday is going to be up there now, and see if that can bring him into having himself a strong outing here this Sunday afternoon. First pitch, trying to bunt the ball, but it was fouled back by Owen Cass. Trying to move the runner over to second base, playing some small ball here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Guys have had just 1 base runner so far. They've had at least two base runners as Sturgis in each of the 3 innings. They've stranded 3 runners on in 2 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Not bunting this time, and swinging and missing his Cass. And the count is now 0-2. And a ground ball can get Elliott Life quickly out of this inning. But an 0-2 count, and he's got some room to work with here against Cass. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. There's a big strikeout there for Life. Second time now that Cass has gone down on strikes. And that'll bring up Dustin Allen with 2 down here at the top of the 3rd. As he is 1 for 1 with a single. From the stretch, here's a lefty's first pitch to Allen. That one misses low for ball 1. 3-0 is their score here in the top of the 3rd. Elliott Life in relief of Jake Mayer. We'll get his total here after this inning comes to an end. He's still responsible for that runner at first base. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Gordon will field on the run. The throw to first is low one, but Dean is there, and that will retire the side. Here in the top of the 3rd. So 2-run score on 3 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We have played 2.5. The Pierre Governors, they trail Sturgis. It is a 3-0 lead for the Scoopers. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Join. Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard, a combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre, or give them a call, 224-5546.
As we welcome you back, here is the the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Pierre Governors down 3-0, as they will have 8, 9, and 1. Jaden Wiebe, Elliott Life, and Matt Hansen be the first 3 hitters here for the Pierre Governors, as they've got to find themselves some runs here quickly. Jaden Wiebe, leadoff man here for Pierre, as he is hitting .255 on the season, 8 runs driven in, 12 for 47 so far, 8 singles, 4 doubles. He scored 7 times. Wiebe had been in that cleanup spot for a while for the Governors. He's back in the 8 spot, which, hey, a guy that was in the cleanup spot, the 8 spot, that's a pretty good spot for him, as he'll lace the first pitch out to left field. Diving attempt, a somersault with the left fielder, couldn't make the catch. Allen will throw it in a second. Wiebe will slide in safely with a leadoff double. Wiebe, who was the cleanup man, will provide some spark in the 8 spot for the Governors, as the first pitch swings and doubles into left field. What a great effort there by Allen, the left fielder. I don't know how he almost got to it, but the dive attempt, too, was a complete somersault. You want to talk about a top 10 play, that would have been it right there, but Wiebe never broke stride when the ball hit the ground, and the left fielder Allen couldn't make the catch. So when not breaking stride, able to slide in safely at second base, and the Governors have their first runner in score position as Elliott Life, now the pitcher in the ball game, takes strike one. First time the Governors have had a man reach second so far in this game. The 0-1 count here to pitcher Elliott Life. That one will bounce in. Good block there by the catcher Inhofer. Wiebe tried to. He was looking for that ball to skip away any way he could for him to end up at third base, but the count is now at 1-1. Elliott Life 143 batting average so far, 4 runs driven in. Looking for RBI number 5. A base hit could do it. Speed of Wiebe could get him in. Here's 1-1 pitch. That one's outside. It is now 2-1. See if the Govs can get Life on base. Then you go back to the top of the order for Hanson, Rasky, and Gordon, with at least one man on, if not two, and nobody out. Here's a 2-1 pitch. There's a back pick to second. Not a chance to get Wiebe, but it was taken for a strike, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This becomes a big pitch here for both the pitcher, Kelton Olson, and the hitter, Elliott Life. 2-2 pitch. That one is taken for strike 3. And Elliott Life will go down on strikes for out number 1. And that'll bring up Matt Hanson. So now here is Matt Hanson, who is 0 for 1. He ground out to the third baseman, Caden Olson, in his first at-bat. Olson hugging that line on the left side again, down the third base line. The first pitch is missed for ball 1. Came inside on Hanson. A lot of room out in left center field, a lot of room out in right center field. The Scoopers defenders and the outfielder more playing towards the line. There's a lot of room on the left side of the infield as well. Count is now 1-1 as Hanson fouled it back. Kelton Olson will come set. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hanson lines it over for a base hit into left field. Rounding third, Wiebe will stay at third base. A base hit for Matt Hanson. And it's now first and third here for the Governors with 1 down. And that'll bring up McGuire Rasky. 2, 3, and 4 here with 1 down in the bottom of the third. This is the Governors' best chance to score their first runs of the game, as we're near the midway point of this game 1 of the doubleheader. Again, Governors will play on Friday and Saturday next week against Washington and Lincoln to finish out the regular season. So just 4 games left after today, after these 2 games. First pitch is over for strike 1. Ball went off the pitcher's glove on the throw back. The shortstop and Cass was there. Wiebe didn't want to test it. So the count is 0-1 here to McGuire Rasky. From the stretch, here's the 0-1 from Olson. Rasky chops it foul at the plate. It is now an 0-2 count here to McGuire Rasky. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. 0 for 1 so far. Wiebe's on at third, Hanson at first. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner's off, swinging a miss. The throw to second. Sliding in safely is Hanson. And there's now 2 down. And Hanson is on at second base. That was a strong throw from Inhofer. A good tag by Owen Cass, but Hanson sliding head first. Got in there safely. Rasky goes down for the second out and is now up to Andy Gordon. A base hit could make it a 1-run game. This is a big at-bat here for the Governors. First pitch to Gordon's upstairs for ball 1. An open spot at first base. If you're Sturgis, you don't have to give Gordon anything real good to hit, but then you got to go after Bennett Dean in the cleanup spot. 1-0 pitch. Gordon laces one out towards left center field, reaching over for it. Diving, can't make the catch. The center fielder, Sundstrom. 2 runs are going to score. Andy Gordon, a 2-out, 2 RBI double. And the Governors are down by 1, and a base hit can tie it up. Gordon got 18 and 19 RBIs now in the season. That's a big 2-out double for the Governors. A 3-2 lead now for Sturgis. And Gordon's 2 for 2. And that'll bring up Bennett Dean. 0-for-0 with a strikeout, a base hit. Good score, Andy Gordon. 2 balls, 2 doubles out in the left center field gap. From a diving left fielder in Allen, a diving center fielder in Sundstrom. Both couldn't come up to play. Wiebe with that leadoff double. Gordon with the 2 RBI double. So now here's the 1-0 pitch to Dean. He'll ground that one to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman, Andruski. The throw to first will retire the side. But the Governors do get 2 runs back as they trail now by just 1, 3-2. 2 runs score on 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. We have played 3 complete. Sturgis leads Pierre 3-2. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wegner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wegner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WegnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wegner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WegnerAuto.com or stop by Wegner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today, 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, as we are set for the top of the 4th inning, LA Life now with only down by 1, as the Governors got 2 RBIs from Andy Gordon in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 8-9-1, Kane Peters, Hunter Jansen, and R.J. Andruski will be the first 3 men to face LA Life here in the top of the 4th. Life retired the last 2 guys in that 4th inning. Or excuse me, in that 3rd inning, as we have a first pitch at the top of the 4th. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Peters walked his first trip to the plate, was stranded at first base. That's back in the top of the 2nd. Governors allowed 4 free passes so far here in the ball game. 1-0 pitch will also bounce in. Is now 2-0. LA Life looked back at the mound. Thought maybe he's going to do a quick little maintenance work to it, but they get right back up on the rubber. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one will also bounce in. The count is now 3-0. Trying to find his footing here in this first at-bat. So 3-0 pitch from LA Life to Kane Peters. Also misses low. All 4 pitches bounced in. And Peters is on for the 2nd time with another walk. And then I bring up the number 9 hitter, Hunter Jansen. And we've seen several guys bunt already, or at least try to bunt here for Sturgis. Would not be surprised if Jansen's going to try and bunt. First pitch, not bunting, and comes inside for ball 1. And also could have been just because probably had the take sign. Wait until we get that first strike thrown by Elliott Life here in the top of the 4th. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Couple of long looks over at first base. Time is called by the batter, Hunter Jansen. Gordon playing in on the infield grass over at third base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Another take and another strike there. The first strike of the inning from Elliott Life. And now let's see if there's anything on here for the Sturgis Scoopers. Kane Peters leads away from first. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Life. Trying to bunt and missing it is Jansen. The count is now 1-2. So would not expect a bunt to be on any more here for Jansen. From the stretch, here comes the 1-2 pitch. Grounded on the right side. Is it going to roll foul? Elliott Life picked it up right before it went foul. It looked like it might have been spinning foul, and there was no chance over at first base. And now we're going to have the umpires talk a little bit. I don't know if they're going to talk about maybe runner's interference or just a quick little conversation that nothing happened. So it's going to be an infield single for Hunter Jansen. And it's first and second here with nobody out. And Drewski to the plate. He's 0 for 1 so far. He flew out to the center fielder McGuire Rasky on that diving catch. First pitch will bounce in the dirt, and it got blocked there by Huska. I don't know if it would have rolled foul. Might have still been rolling. It looked like it was about to stop. Could have been on the line. It was right next to the line, but just barely picked up in fair territory. An infield single for Jansen, as the 1-0 is at the knees and is now 1-1. Here in the top of the fourth, and a 3-2 lead for Sturgis. Runners at first and second and nobody out. 1-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Hanson will make the play to throw to third is in time. And they'll have a fielder's choice, and a good play there by Hanson to go to the short way in the way he was already moving to his right. And so there's now still runners at first and third when there's one down. On the fielder's choice for R.J. Andruski. So now bring up Caden Olson, who was 1 for 2. Had a single and came around to score to lead off the top of the third. Also struck out looking in his first at-bat. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. So a ground ball and a ground ball like that we had in the last at-bat won't get you out of the inning, but at least keep runners at first and second. We get a ground ball on the right side somewhere, you might be able to get ourselves out of this inning. Trying to bunt the ball, popped up in the air. It's going to land just in front of the backstop. So the count is now 1-1 here for Caden Olson. See if we can't, we'll try and keep you updated on games that are being played today. Mitchell won 13-3 over Rapid City Central. I believe that's the only final score that I could pass along right now, as umpire talking to Elliott Life. Count is 1-1. Brookings and Douglas are supposed to be playing here this afternoon, a doubleheader. There's 1-1 swing and a miss by Olson. The count is now 1-2. Here the 1-2 pitch. Just getting a piece of it was Caden Olson. Went down to, almost dropped down to a knee to foul it off on the off-speed pitch. Just staying alive, already committed a swing. It went down to a knee. Like Adrian Beltre used to do, except Beltre would hit bombs doing that. Here's a 1-2 pitch. That one's fouled back to the netting. We'll do it again at 1-2. Started to turn, almost turned into a show though from Adrian Beltre when he would do that. Didn't necessarily, he didn't have to do it, but end up hitting the ball and then dropping down to that knee. Especially when you hit one real well. Here's 1-2 pitch. This is low and the count's now 2-2. But boy, is he a fun hitter to watch. Part of the 3,000 hit club. Will be in the Hall of Fame at some point. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Curveball that will freeze Olson. He ducked away from it, but he'll take strike 3. And there's now 2 down, and that'll bring up Kelton Olson, the pitcher. He's trying to add to his lead right now and give him a little bit more breathing room. Here comes the 3-2 pitch, or excuse me, the first pitch to Kelton Olson. That's over for strike 1. First pitch, number 3 hitter with 2 outs and runners at first and second. Well, that count got real fast on me there. Went from the first pitch to a 3-2 count. Here's the 0-1 from Elliott Live to Olson. Swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2 with a fastball by Olson. Olson is not recording official at bat yet. He walked in the first and also had a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's a line foul, well ahead of that off-speed pitch by Life as he fouled it over the top of the third base dugout on a line. And it remains at 0-2. Sun trying to peek out a little bit, brighten up this Sunday afternoon. Boy, if we didn't move those games back 2 hours, I don't know if we would have been able to get those games in. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt. Huska's got to try and find it to throw to first base. The throw's a lob, and it's not going to be in time. And the runner's going to come in to score because Huska turned around, and runners will move up 90 feet to first and third. And so that's a tough break for the Governors. Heads-up play from Sturgis. And it is a 4-2 lead now for Sturgis as it remains at first and third. Huska couldn't find it, went off the umpire and jumped out and back in front. But Huska didn't throw it hard enough to first base to get to Kelton Olson, who was running to first base. As now it'll be Bo Peters that's running for the pitcher Olson. The first pitch is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Be an air charge to Deegan Huska. A mental error also from the Governors. Anderson, he is 1 for 1, an RBI triple. Back in the third inning, 0-1 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count is now 1-1. This turns into a big at-bat. The way that Anderson has swung the bat so far, whenever you just about were ready to end this inning and have him come up with nobody on base, he does what he did last at-bat. 2 more runs will come in to score. Here's 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2. One and two counts here from LA Live to David Anderson. From the stretch, here is the 1-2 pitch. Anderson will ground it back up the middle. Hansel will field it, step on the bag at second. That will retire the side. As we have played now 3.5, another run scores on 1 hit, 1 error, and a 2-man left on base. After 3.5, it's a 4-2 lead here for the Sturgis Scoopers over the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Bottom of the fourth inning, it is going to be 5, 6, and 7. Jack Merquan, Spencer Lettler, and this will be Jake Mayer, Jack Merquan, Spencer Lettler, and if anybody reaches base, up to Jaden Wiebe in the number 8 spot. Governor is down 4-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And a tough break for the Govs to give up that run after they scored 2 in the third inning and make it 3-2, and the momentum was just about to be back on their side, getting a big 0 on the top of the fourth. But the throw from the catcher, Huska, to first base on the strikeout to Dean was not strong enough, and the runner was safe at first. And then the runner that went from second to third turned the corner and didn't break stride and ended up making its way home without a play, as Huska did not get back to the plate in time to cover. So the Scoopers kind of steal one in that top of the fourth inning to take a 4-2 lead. So Jake Mayer, who is 0 for 1, Jack Merquan and Spencer Lettler, all three of those guys in the bottom of the second all struck out. So find a way to reach base here in this fourth inning. Hit the halfway point of game number 1. And we'll first of 2 between these two teams. After this, we're down to the final weekend of regular season baseball of high school for the high school season. Here's the first pitch to Jake Mayer. That one's fouled over towards the third base dugout. It's the netting in front. And it is 0-1. Mayer struck out swinging his first at-bat. The other two guys, Merkwan and Lettler, struck out looking. 0-1 pitch. Comes inside, and it's now 1-1. So far, 3 innings, allowing 2 runs here for Kelton Olson. There's a 1-1 pitch. That one is fouled over towards the third base dugout again. And the count is now 1-2. Caden Olson, the third baseman. Boy, interesting to see where guys at third base line up defensively. 1-2 pitch is upstairs, and the count is now at 2-2. Now, Andy Gordon loves to play at the edge of the dirt, if not in the infield grass, every single at bat. Where now Caden Olson, he loves to hug that line down the third base line. 2-2 pitch. Mayer will float this one up into shallow center field, just over the outstretched arm of the shortstop Cass, and it will fall for a leadoff single. And the Governors have their leadoff man off for the second time in 4 innings. Jack Merkwan will now come to the plate. Just a small blooper from Jake Mayer. Had just enough strength to get into center field. Now down by 2. Here's Jack Merkwan. Pickoff attempt, and back in standing is Mayer. He's playing right field now after Elliott Life came in for him. It was just a straight switch from Life, who was playing right field, to come to the mound, and Mayer took his position out and right. First pitch to Merkwan. That one is over for strike 1. Ryan Kruger will call out numbers. They use the wristbands with the numbers on what play they're wanting to do, if there's going to be a steal or not. The 0-1 pitch will miss in the dirt, and it's now 1-1. Get away from the signs as Kruger will yell out another 3 numbers. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Mayer's off of the pitch. Merkwan will ground to the shortstop underneath his glove, and it slowly gets into left field. Mayer is going to round second and head to third. Merkwan is on at first. First and third here with nobody out on the air. He's going to be charged to the shortstop, and Owen Cass. That's could be a potential big error for the Sturgis Scoopers, as it'll bring up Spencer Lettler. Was no chance for a double play, but Merkwan could have been thrown out, although the speed of Merkwan would have made it a tough play for Cass either way. Ball's not going to take too many high hops today. Soft infield, soft grass on the infield is going to keep it low, as Lettler will sky this one out to left field. Caden Olson will make the catch. Jake Mayer will tag. He's going to try and score. The throw will come to the plate. It's just a little bit offline. Mayer does not tag, or does not slide, as he avoided the tag. I'd step in just a little bit to his right. And I think maybe they're going to try and they're going to see if maybe he was out at third base if he didn't tag in time. But I think he's got to go from the stretch. You got to get on the rubber and then stand back, get back off the rubber, and then throw it over to third base. So they're going to test him again. And the reason the umpires don't do anything quite yet, looks like the pitcher and third baseman are just playing catch right now. So now they step off the rubber again, and they will call him safe at third. So the third time's a charm. And Merkwan is on at second. The runner came in on the sac fly from Spencer Lettler, and there's one down. And it's now 4-3. So here's Jaden Wiebe. Base hit could tie the ball game up. Weeby's first pitch to him is over for strike 1. He doubled the lead off to the bottom of the third. Came around to score on the 2 RBI double from Andy Gordon. That pulled the Governors within 1. Now they're back within 1 again. As the 0-1 pitch, that one's fouled back, and it's now 0-2. The subtle art of knowing how to contest if a runner left early or not. Knowing you have to get on the rubber and then step off the rubber to throw it over. You can't just throw it back to third base or whatever base he was tagging from. The 0-2 pitch, that one's grounded to the left side. That's going to be a tough play for Cass on the backhand. Long throw to first is not in time. A infield single here for Jaden Wiebe. As Merkwan's still on second base. But an infield single for Wiebe. He's now 2 for 2. And that'll bring up Elliott Life with 1 down. And we'll have a conference on the mound between Kelton Olson and Ridge Inhofer. With 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Elliott Life, he is 0 for 1. He struck out looking at his first at-bat. This is a big, huge opportunity for the pitcher on the mound for the Pierre Governors. Here's the first pitch to Elliott Life. He tried to bunt. It's on the plate, so it's a fair ball. The throw to third will get into left field, and Jack Merkwan will around third. He's going to try and score. The throw will come in. At third base is going to be Wiebe. Elliott Life will take over at second on the throwing error from the catcher in Reg Inhofer. The ball was literally laying on the plate, which is in fair territory. I don't think I've ever seen that before, where the ball was laying on the plate on the bunt from Elliott Life. So it's now a 4-4 game as Matt Hansen's back to the plate. As second and third with 1 down. Second error in the inning. Charge to the Sturgis Scoopers. First pitch from Olson. That one's fouled at the plate by Hansen. And it's 0-1. Hansen went 4 for 4 in game number 2 on Wednesday for the Governors. He's in the leadoff spot now. That's usually been Lincoln Keenels. He's not here today, so Hansen steps in that number 1 leadoff spot as the 0-1 pitch will miss inside. It's now 1-1. Listen to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. Hansen 333 coming in to this doubleheader. He's 1 for 2 so far. He's looking for RBI number 10, potentially number 11. 1-1 pitch. That one's grounded. It's going to get the first run in. The throw from the shortstop Cass, an RBI ground out from Matt Hansen. RBI number 10 of the season. The Governors have taken the lead now 5-4 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Life is on at third, so McGuire Rasky can still bring him in with a base hit with 2 outs. So productive outs from Matt Hansen. And the Govs now lead 5-4. They've taken advantage of the 2 errors, and Rasky will sky this one out of play on the left side. Oh, they might have hit the car on the. I think the car got hit on the as he's driving. I've not seen that one before. A moving target got hit. He wasn't driving slow enough or driving fast enough to avoid getting hit by that foul ball. As the 0-1 pitch is missed, and it's not 1-1. I've seen cars get hit that have been parked there. I've never seen a car get hit while they're driving. That is very bad luck for that guy. 1-1 pitch is over. It's now 1-2. I think Rasky's still smiling about the fact that he hit a moving car. He's down the count 1-2. I think he's going to come away with this game no matter what he does at the plate, that he hit a moving car with a foul ball. 1-2 pitch. Rasky grounds it right side, base hit through. A 6-4 lead here for the Governors. An RBI single for McGuire Rasky. That's a pretty good at-bat. Hit a moving car and a foul ball, get an RBI single with 2 outs. And the Governors have a 6-4 lead. As Andy Gordon now will come to the plate. We'll see if if he's done for the day or not. And as the coach for Sturgis will come out, maybe we're going to keep him in, try and finish out this inning. Here with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. It's a big RBI single for McGuire Rasky. That's going to be RBI number 16 for the senior. And the Govs, who trailed 3-0 going the bottom of the 3rd and a 4-2 deficit heading into this fourth inning. Now have a 2-run lead, 6-4. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2 errors in the inning by Sturgis has allowed this rally to continue. That's a huge 2 errors that Sturgis has committed. As Gordon will shoot this one out towards right field. Coming in, it's going to be Jansen. As off of his glove, another error for the Scoopers. Rasky's going to round third. He's going to be held up at third base. And it's now second and third here with 2 down. And so it's going to be Bennett Dean coming to the plate. The 9th man to come to the plate here for the Governors in the bottom of the fourth. 3rd error committed here by the Sturgis Scoopers. 6 outs have been allowed here for Sturgis. At least 6 outs have been allowed for Sturgis here in the bottom of the fourth. And with second and third, a base hit from Bennett Dean. Could double this lead. Here's a ground ball up the middle, through for a base hit. 1 run will come in to score. Andy Gordon will round third. He's going to try and score. The throw is offline. Dean's going to head for second. The throw to second is going to get him out at second base. But the Governors have scored 6 times here in the fourth inning to take it a 4-run lead. 2 outs, 2 RBI single for Bennett Dean, who's thrown out at second. But that will retire the side here in the fourth. 4-run score. 6-run score. On 4 hits in the inning, 3 errors, and no one left on base. We have played 4. Governors lead 6-4 over Sturgis. Back in a minute, list of Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Top of the 5th inning, as it's going to be now 5, 6, and 7. Ridge in for Owen Cass and Dustin Allen. A new ball game. Governors have their first lead, leading 8-4. A 6-run 4th inning for the Governors, as they now lead it 8-4. But 6 runs on 4 hits and 3 errors in that inning for the Pierre Governors. And that's, that 6th spot for Pierre is one that Sturgis wants to have back, because those 3 errors were a direct correlation to them scoring 6 times. Maybe the game's at 4-4 if they limit all those errors. Those other 4 runs don't score, but that one hurts for the Scoopers, as they have had an error by the shortstop on a ground ball, a throwing error by the catcher to third base, which directly allowed a run to score, and then it was in the fly ball out in right field. And it's an 8-4 lead. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Hanover is 1 for 1 so far. He had an RBI sac fly and an RBI single. But that one's over and is now 1-1. Andy Gordon is now behind the plate for the Governors. Jake Mayer is over at third base. I believe Jack Merquan might be out in right field. So the DH then would be out of the game, where, well, the DH is Jack Merquan, is in the field. There's a leadoff single for Inhofer. Sliding is McGuire Rasky. The throw to come to second, and it's going to be a leadoff double. Inhofer did not stop rounding first base, and he'll get a leadoff double to open up the top of the 5th. That's a big start to this inning for the Sturgis Scoopers, as Owen Cass now will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So again, Mayer is over at third base. Gordon is behind the plate. And Merquan is out in right field. And we will have a new pitcher coming in. Isaac Pollock will come in. So we will step aside for a minute, and we will tell you about Isaac Pollock's number when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium, as we have Isaac Pollock now on the mound with a runner at second base to lead off the inning. That was Rich Idhofer that had the leadoff double. Isaac Pollock, this will be his 7th appearance on the season, 15 innings pitched so far. He has 3-1. His record is 3-1 with a save. He's given up 12 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 5 walks, 15 strikeouts. He's hit 2 men. His ERA is 1.867. And a whip is a 1.133 for Pollock. And he will deal with Owen Cass, Dustin Allen, and then Kane Peters. Here's the first pitch from Isaac Pollock to Owen Cass. So show bunt, pull it back, and miss low for ball 1. And Pollock kind of slings it around as Greg Dean likes to say. It's all elbows and knees from Isaac Pollock. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A bunt attempt, and he bunts it foul, does Cass. And the count is now 1-1. Again, Cass 0 for 2 so far. He struck out swinging both of his times to the plate. Six hits so far here for Sturgis. A 1-1 pitch will bounce in the dirt and will get to the backstop, and is now a 2-1 count, and a runner is 90 feet away. Trying to come back from this 4-run deficit is Sturgis. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. And second game will follow after this one concludes. As Pollock now will work from the windup. Here is the 2-1 pitch. A bunt, a suicide squeeze bunt that's going to roll just foul, as Benedine picked it up in the right after it rolled foul to make it 2-2. The suicide squeeze, the runner from third, and Inhofer was on his way home as the pitch was coming through. Not the safety squeeze, it was a straight suicide squeeze, but rolled just foul, so now Cass will probably not be bunting with a 2-2 count. And here comes a 2-2 pitch. As popped up, Spencer Lettler will get underneath it. He's going to try and throw him out of the plate. Lettler will throw over the top of Mayer, and coming in to score be Inhofer. And it's now an 8-5 game on the RBI sac fly from Owen Cass. And there's one down now here in the top of the 5th and nobody on base. So then we can close the book on Elliott Life, and we'll give his numbers here in just a little bit as Dustin Allen comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. First pitch just outside to the left fielder. Singled back in the second. Ground out to the third baseman at the time was Gordon. Now Jake Mayer over at third base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a foul tip. And it's now 1-1. You've seen Huska and Gordon behind the plate. We haven't really seen anybody else catch so far. Jacob Larson has caught a couple times. Here's the 1-1 pitch here to Gordon. That one is skied out towards center field. On the right side, McGuire Rasky in the right center field will make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And they'll bring up Caden Peters who has yet to record an at-bat. He's walked both times he's come to the plate. It's 8-9 right now here for the Sturgis Scoopers. First pitch from Pollock to Peters. That will bounce in for ball one. When you look at the stats here for the Governors, Isaac Pollock is about to pass up Aaron Booth for the most innings pitched on this team so far in the season with one more out, and there is that third out. Bennett Dean will make the snag over at first base of the line drive, and that will retire his side. 1 run scores on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. It's an 8-5 lead here for the Pierre Governors after 4.5. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Ah, this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
As we head back to the bottom of the 5th inning, it is 5, 6, and 7 for the Governors. Jake Mayer, Jack Merquan, and Spencer Lettler. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Jaden Wiebe and then Elliott Life. As Kelton Olson still on the mound for the Sturgis Scoopers. Working into his 5th inning. This will be the 3rd time that Mayer has led off an inning. He's led off in the 2nd, and the 4th, and now here in the 5th. Governors had all 9 guys come to the plate in that bottom of the 4th inning to score 6 times. So Jake Mayer, who is 1 for 2, he led off the 4th inning with that single, got that rally going for the Govs, who trailed by 2 going into the bottom of the 4th, and now lead by 3 is an 8-5 lead. For Pierre, he did have someone warming up on the bullpen. He's a lefty, but he's got his hoodie on, so there's no opportunity to see a number until he would come into the ball game. Here's the first pitch to Jake Mayer. Swings and fouls it back, and it's 0-1. They have some action in the right field bullpen for the Governors. Trying to see who that might be. It might be Brady Getz that's warming up out there in the right field bullpen, as that one was fouled back and is now 0-2. From the windup, here is the next pitch to Jake Mayer. That one is over, and that is 1-2. Just got to the backstop and was looking away, and the ball is already to the backstop. If you're watching on YouTube, you're probably thinking, what in the world is the guy not paying attention to the game? Here's a 1-2 pitch now to Jake Mayer. That one will bounce in. The count is now 2-2. On deck is Jack Merquan, and then it'll be Spencer Lettler. And looks like Getz is the man warming up in the right field bullpen. Oh, Bennett Dean is warming up in the bullpen. 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip in the midst of the first. The catcher in Inhofer, and the first man is retired here to open up the bottom of the 5th. As Mayer is struck out for the 2nd time. And then will bring up Jack Merquan. Merquan, he is 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the 2nd, and also struck out, or actually reached on an error in the 4th. Here's the first pitch to Merquan. Comes inside, nearly gets him. And it's 1-0. So far, 8 runs on 8 hits for the Governors. They've left just 2 men on base and have an error. Sturgis Got 4 runs on 6 hits. Excuse me, 5 runs on 6 hits. And 3 errors. They've left 6 men on base. 1-1 pitch here to Merkwant. Upstairs is now 2-1. Goes 7 of their 8 hits have come in the last 2 innings. Or I guess it came in the 3rd and 4th inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Merkwant. They'll line that one foul out of play on the right side, and the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A relatively cool day, 47 degrees right now here as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Merkwant will lace that one to left field. That one's going to get not over the head of the left fielder, Allen. Was able to backpedal his way to make the catch, and there's now 2 quickly down here in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Spencer Lettler, who is 0 for 1. An RBI sac fly back in the 4th inning. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Lettler. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Struck out looking back in the 2nd. Sac fly to the left fielder in the 4th. Made it a 4-3 ball game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs and is now 1-1. In guarding the line, it's Caden Olson, the 3rd baseman. 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss on a curveball, and is now 1-2. We expect to see Pollock come out for the top of the 6th inning, as there's a ground ball, and that's going to be foul. With Dean warming up, and of course he's playing at first base. Probably move things around, but let Pollock at least go the 6th and try and get Dean in the 7th inning, or potentially if he needs to get in to preserve the lead in that 6th inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is taken for strike 3 to Spencer Lettler in a 1-2-3 inning for Olson. As we have now played 5 completes, it is a 8-5 lead for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
The Association of South Dakota County Weed and Pest Boards reminds all landowners and managers to look for and control noxious weeds this spring and summer. The receding water levels have provided new areas for noxious weeds to establish. Infestations that are found and treated early reduce the cost of control. For help identifying and controlling noxious weeds, call your county weed and pest supervisor or the South Dakota Department of Agriculture. Remember, good neighbors control noxious weeds.
Top of the 6th inning. Governors have an 8-5 lead, as it will be 9-1-2. Hunter Jansen, R.J. Andruski, and Caden Olson to be the first 3 hitters for the Sturgis Scoopers. Down by 3, Isaac Pollock again. He starts the 6th inning here. I think the Governors, their best case scenario is that he gets through the 6th inning, and maybe you throw him back out there the 7th if he gets a 1-2-3 inning 6th. Well, at the very least, you're prepared to have Bennett Dean come in, as he was warming up in the bullpen during that bottom of the 5th. First pitch is a swing and a miss by Jensen. He's down 0-1. He's 1 for 2 so far. Single back in the 4th inning. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the left side. Back in it by Hanson in the hole. The long throw to first is just not going to be in time, as Jensen's able to beat the throw to first. And there's now a leadoff man aboard here for Sturgis in the top of the 6th inning. If you're Isaac Pollock and the Pierre Governors, you say, well, that's a great job there by Pollock to get that ground ball, and a good play by Hanson. Just didn't quite have the arm strength to get him out at first base. There's a fly ball into right center field, gliding over Biraski. He'll make the catch. And there's now one down here in the top of the sixth. As retreating back to first base is Jensen. And it brings up Caden Olson, who was 1 for 3. Single in the third. Struck out looking in the first and fourth inning. Olson led off the third with a base hit, came around to score, which at that point gave Sturgis in that inning a 4-2 lead. There's a fly ball out towards left center field, going over for it. It's going to fall in between both Rasky and Lettler. And a single for Olson. He's now 2 for 4. And it's first and second to bring up Kelton Olson, the pitcher. And we'll see what Olson will have in store. I mean, they're down by 3 here in the top of the sixth. You got the number 3 hitter up to the plate. I wouldn't expect them to bunt, but they've shown bunt quite often. And you get those two guys in scoring position, and a base hit can make it a one-run game. He will square around, pulls it back, and was taken low for ball 1. That tells you that Sturgis, well, one, you got David Anderson on deck, so you're feeling pretty confident to bring him up, even if there's 2 outs, but you get 2 guys in scoring position where he can just get a base hit to pull within 1. Pulling it back, and that's going to get to the backstop, so they don't need to bunt anymore. It's now second and third here with a 2-0 counts. So instead of sacrificing the second out, the Governor is going to find a way to get that second out. But you got 2 guys in scoring position. Here in the top of the 6th inning, an 8-5 lead here for Pierre. Pollock will go back to the windup as the 2-0 pitch is popped up on the right side. Dean will give a chase, but he's going to run out of room. And it's now a 2-1 count. At third is Jensen. At second is Caden Olson. And Kelton Olson has another Sturgis scooper is warming up in the bullpen. This one at a time, a right-hander is warming up. As the 2-1 pitch comes in, infield is drawn all the way in. It's fouled at the plate. It's a foul tip off of Gordon's shin guards, and it's now 2-2. Well, here comes a big pitch from Isaac Pollock to Kelton Olson. Infield is in all the way around, trying to keep this a 3-run lead. They don't want to train out for a run. So here comes now the 2-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Matt Hansen will call for it. He will make the catch. There's a big second out. And that'll bring up David Anderson. Hansen took a step and almost looked like his knee buckled a little bit, like he's about to lose his balance, which could have been disastrous for the Governors, but he stayed strong, made the catch. And there's now 2 down. And in steps David Anderson. He is 1 for 2. He grounded into a force out to end the inning. He grounds this one to Jaden Wiebe at second. The throw to first. Retires the side. The Governors get a huge 0 in the top of the 6th inning. No runs on 2 hits in the inning. No errors. And 2 men left on base. After 5.5. An 8-5 lead for Pierre over Sturgis. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
So big opportunity now for the Pierre Governors as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning to increase their as they'll have 8-9-1. Jaden Wiebe, Isaac Pollock, and Matt Hansen. As Pollock is in hitting for Elliott Live taking over the number 9 spot in the order. As looking to go at least 6 full innings is Kelton Olson. He has gone those 5 innings, allowing 8 runs. Although that 6-run inning, he had to work around 3 errors. He had to get 6 outs, did Olson. That's bottom of the 5th, or bottom of the 4th. Again, 8-9-1 here for the Governors. Jaden Wiebe is 2 for 2. Pollock will have his first at bat, and then Matt Hansen, who is 1 for 3 with an RBI. A 3-run lead for Pierre. And trying to add to it here before we end game number 1. We'll see if Pollock will come out for the 7th inning after getting that 0 in the top of the 6th. So here is Jaden Wiebe. Again, doubled back in the 3rd, singled in the 4th. First pitch to him, he'll swing and pop it up on the right side. Second baseman Andruski will call for it. And the leadoff man's retired in 1 pitch. Here in the bottom of the 6th, and they'll bring up Isaac Pollock. His first at bat of the doubleheader, 375 batting average so far, hitting 3 for 8. He's got 2 runs driven in. He's scored 9 times in his 13 plate appearances. As his first pitch swinging, that one will be fouled near the third base coach, Ryan Kruger. So Pollock has reached base 7 times. And he's also scored because he's been a courtesy runner. So he gets on base. When he gets on base, it usually results in him scoring as the 0-1 pitch misses, and now 1-1. On deck is Matt Hansen, the top of the order for the Governors. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside is now 2-1. Elliott Life, he went 0 for 2. He reached on an error back in the 4th, although you'd almost give him a sacrifice that turned into an error, which puts him at only 0 for 1. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That one is over, and it's now 2-2. Life had that bunt that literally sat on top of right in the middle of the plate. The catcher in over picked it up and threw it to third and ended up going into left field, bouncing into left field, scoring another runner. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Pollock. He'll swing and foul that one on the right side. They'll stay live at 2-2. He almost slipped when he took that step forward. He was able to get a piece of it. And now the 2-2 pitch again to Isaac Pollock. Bounces in. And the count is now full at 3-2. So full counts. Pitch upcoming from Kelton Olson to Isaac Pollock. He'll ground it up the middle. Shortstop cast on a high hop. And there's now 2 down. And that'll bring up Matt Hansen. 1 for 3 is Matt Hansen with an RBI. Well, he and the Governor tennis team had themselves a pretty good Thursday and Friday. Hansen got 3rd place in each of the singles and doubles that he was in. Went 2-1 on Friday in both singles and doubles. First pitch, swing and a miss by Hansen. It's 0-1. Governor tennis team ended up winning their own tournament as a team. Spencer Kelly and Luke Lingang went home with some hardware. Both won their singles tournaments, and they teamed up to win their doubles tournament. 0-1 pitch is fouled back, and it's now 0-2. Spencer Kelly is our technical producer today back at the station. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Olson to Hansen. There's a hard line drive back up the middle. That's going to take one hop in front of the center fielder, Sundstrom. And then a 2-out single for Matt Hansen. He's now 2 for 4 in the ball game. And that'll bring up McGuire Rasky. Rasky is 1 for 3, a big RBI single back in the 4th inning. Kept that 4th inning alive with that 2-out RBI single. Dean ended up driving him in with that 2 RBI single where he ended up getting thrown out at second. But here is now Rasky on the first pitch to him, a bounce in the dirt and a good block there by Inhofer, and Hansen cannot advance to second. 1-0 pitch from Olsen to Rasky. That one misses just a little bit low and outside, and the count is now 2-0. Andy Gordon got the shin guards on still right now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Outside is now 3-0. I believe the take sign would be up here for McGuire Rasky. Needed Olsen to throw a strike. Pickoff attempt and back in safely is Hansen. If the runner gets to, if Rasky ends up walking here, see if maybe Sturgis makes that pitching change with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th, or try and get him to get out of this 6th inning. He comes in and nearly hits him, but Rasky will get on base on the walk, and it's first and second. And it looks like that might end the day for Kelton Olsen on the mound. We'll see if he will be replaced or not. Andy Gordon's going to come to the plate, trying to add to it. And it will end the afternoon for Olsen on the mound, so we will step aside for a minute, come back, and tell you the changes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today is KCCR, and today is KCCR.com.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They'll answer your questions, and they'll even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy is the pharmacy you know and trust. That number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it will be Allen to come on the mound for the Sturgis Scoopers. Dustin Allen will come in relief to try and finish out the bottom of the 6th inning. You have to deal with Andy Gordon. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and for the Governors, that's the best right man at the plate. I shouldn't say best, but the right man at the plate to have 3 and 4 if Gordon is able to get on base, and it will go to Bennett Dean. We got first and second here with 2 down, trying to extend that 3-run lead as we are late here in game number 1. Game 2 will follow this one. It will start after 5 o'clock at this point, but still we'll have game 2 for you right here on today's KCCR, today's KCCR.com, and available to watch on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Gordon is 2 for 3 so far, single, 2 RBI double, and he also reached on an error. Been on base all 3 times. He was stranded 2 of the 3 times when he got base hits, but he came around to score on Dean's 2 RBI single to end the bottom of the 4th inning. So he's got a runner at second, first and second, runner in score position at Hansen. Rasky is on at first base. All we had on that change was Olsen going to left field and Allen coming in to pitch. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Gordon. Check swing, did not hold up, so it's now 1-1. Gordon looking for some more RBIs. He's got 19 RBIs, looking for RBI at least number 20 on this at-bat. Here's Gordon will skide out towards right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder, Jansen. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th. So no run score on 1 hit in the inning, no errors. And 2 men left on base. We head to the 7th. Governors lead 8-5, trying to close out game 1 of Sturgis. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today is KCCR, and today is KCCR.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or post-state apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Isaac Pollock will make his way out to the mound to start the 7th inning against 5, 6, and 7. Riley Inhofer, Owen Cass, and Dustin Allen will be the first 3 hitters. Anybody reaches base, it'll be up to Kane Peters. And they need at least 3 runs to Sturgis here in game number 1 to try and extend this to at least the bottom of the 7th. You guys are looking for those a 1-2-3 inning for Isaac Pollock, who came in and got the 3 outs in order in the 5th inning after a leadoff double, although he ended up, it was a sac fly that allowed one of those runs to score. But he's given up 2 hits so far in 2 full innings. As Isaac Pollock will deliver the first pitch here at the top of the 7th. That one's over for strike 1. Both Inhofer and the third base coach not entirely pleased with that first pitch strike, but it is an 0-1 count nonetheless, and the 0-1 pitch will miss low, and it's now 1-1. So far, he's 2 for 2 as the catcher Inhofer with 2 RBIs. RBI single and also a double. It came around to score in that 5th inning. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Outside, now 2-1. Dean warmed up in the bullpen, so he's ready to go if the Governors need to go to him to try and close out this first game. Try and extend it to a 15-4 record, as that one's upstairs. It's now 3-1. Here is Isaac Pollock again, a 3-1 pitch to Ridge Inhofer, and that one will miss low on a leadoff walk. The 3rd time that Inhofer's on base. And that'll bring up now Owen Cass, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2. Struck out swinging twice and also a sac fly RBI. And leadoff walk will draw Dirk Campbell out. And it looks like Bennett Dean's going to maybe come on the mound, to try and close it out. He's looking for a save as Bennett Dean. Nobody out, so runner on first. 8-5 lead for the Governors. And actually, we will not have Dean on the mound, potentially. Well, we'll see. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball. Today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
So it is Bennett Dean on the mound. Brady Getz will come in to play first base for Dean, as Dean's looking for his 2nd save. He's 1 for 1 in save opportunities, 11 2/3 innings pitched, a 6th appearance on the season, 1.8 ERA and a .857 whip. As the first man to greet him will take ball 1 is Owen Cass, who is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and an RBI sac fly. So Dean looking for a save here in the top of the 7th. 1-0 pitch. That one's at the knees and is now 1-1. Dean's looked strong so far in his 6th appearance. He is 1-2 though record-wise. A ground ball right back to Dean. The runner was off with a pitch, so there's no chance at second. And a good play there by Dean not to force a throw to second base. And a good play there by Dean as it came right back up the middle to him. And he was able to snag it. Turned to second. Saw that there wasn't a play or it was going to be really close and knew got to get the sure out. One way or the other, got to find a way to get a sure out and threw it over to first base that gets. So there's now one down and a runner at second. Again, that runner at second doesn't mean anything to you. Up by 3 here in the top of the 7th inning. As the first pitch misses low for ball 1. If that ball goes into center field or if the doesn't get to second in time and he's safe at second, the throw to first isn't in time. And now you have first and second, the tying runs up to the plate. But you get that sure out at first base. You don't just take every out, every ground ball, throw it to first base now. You don't have to worry about that runner at second because an 8-6 win still a win for you as the ground ball is foul over at third base. And it's now a 1-1 count to Dustin Allen, who is the pitcher for Sturgis. He is 1 for 3. Single back in the second, ground out in the third, and a fly out his last at bat. This one's popped foul. The left side, Mayer will give chase. He's going to run out of room as it lands just foul. And the count's now 1-2. Dean's stat line, 11 strikeouts, 4 walks. He has hit 3 men. 5 runs allowed, 3 earned runs on 6 hits in his 11 2/3 innings pitch. 1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball back up the middle. Hansen will field at short. And there's now 2 down as tumbling over first base was Dustin Allen. He comes up limping a little bit. That one hurt a little bit. He might have taken a knee. Had to move just a little bit to make sure he made the catch. Stayed on the bag. But Allen might have gotten a little piece of Getz as he tumbled across first base. As Kane Peters now will come to the plate with 2 outs. The runner did advance to third, but again, does not mean anything. With 2 outs here at the top of the 7th, first pitch is swing and a miss. The Governors are out and away from a Game 1 victory here on Mother's Day at Hyde Stadium. 0-1 pitch from Dean. That one misses just a little bit outside, and the count's now at 1-1. Peters is 0 for 1. He's walked twice, and he was a line-out victim to Dean at first base. There's a chopper back up the middle. Hansen will charge in. The throw to first is low, and Guess can't scoop it out. And the game will continue. This is now an 8-6 ball game, and the error will be charged to Hansen. And that'll bring up now Hunter Jansen. So with 2 down here on the top of the 7th, an 8-6 score. Tying run will now be at the plate for Sturgis. But again, we may see that runner at first, and Peters, he might take off for second, but would allow him to. You don't need to force anything as the first pitch misses low for ball 1. So Peters, the 1-0 pitch to him is over for strike 1. Count is now even at a ball and a strike. Dean looking for a second save of the season. Inherited a runner at first base, came in off that error. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's grounded foul and is now 1-2. And the Governors are a strike away from taking a Game 1 win over the Sturgis Scoopers. (14-4) on the season are the Governors. We're going to go to 15-4, 11 games over 500. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses low, and it's now 2-2. On deck, the top of the order. Andruski, then back to Caden Olson, Kelton Olson. 2-2 pitch. Upstairs is now 3-2. And Peters will get a head start from first base. Dean will take a couple steps off the mound and regather himself, and now here comes a 3-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Dean will call for it. He'll make the catch, and the Governors take Game 1 of this doubleheader over the Sturgis Scoopers. As Dean will make the catch to end the from the mound is 1 run score, 1 error in the inning on no hits, and 1 man left on base. An 8-6 win for the Pierre Governors over the Sturgis Scoopers in Game 1. Back in 2 minutes to wrap this one up. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Ferding Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Ferding Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Ferding Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Ferding Electric, 224-8684.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, as we have played Game 1, the Governors win 8-6 over the Sturgis Scoopers. As they final line total, or the box score for the Governors and Scoopers for the victorious Governors, it was 8 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors, and 4 men left on base. For the Sturgis Scoopers, it was 6 runs, 8 hits, 3 errors, and it was then 9 left on base. As the Govs, the time of the ball game was 1 hour and 59 minutes, just a minute shy of that 2-hour mark, as Pierre takes game number 1 over the Sturgis Scoopers behind a 6-run. It was a 6-run inning for the Govs. In the bottom of the 4th, they took advantage of 3 errors. They scored 6 times on 4 hits, 3 errors. That big 2-out, 2 RBI double a single from Bennett Dean that gave them that big 8-5 lead at the time, 8-4 lead at the time. Andy Gordon had a 2-out, 2 RBI double in the bottom of the 3rd to pull them within 1. And then Pierre took advantage of those 3 errors, scored 6 times on those 4 hits, and ended up taking an 8-4 lead and ended up being an 8-6 win for them in game number 1. Interesting to see who the starter is in game number 2. We'll tell you more about that as we get set to get closer to this second game. But the Governors are now 15-4 in the season. Sturgis falls to 8-9 overall, but 7-6 in Class A. So that's a 47-point win for Pierre. We talked about in the pregame show and also in the first inning, but a 47-point win, which will jump them up a little bit more in the seed point total. And another win will also be a 47-point win if they get a second game win to put them up even farther, because, again, Brookings and Douglas are scheduled to play today, which would put them at 41-point wins if Brookings would sweep the Douglas Patriots out east. But a couple of other final scores. Mitchell has also beaten Rapid City Central. They beat them in both games 13-3 today. Those are 2 wins for the Mitchell Colonels as they are trying to climb back up in the standings, but that's also going to be 2 41-point wins or 41-point wins for the Mitchell Colonel. So a 8-6 win in game number 1 for the Pierre Governors. So we will step aside for 3 minutes, come back, and we'll hear from News Director Zach Nelson and the weekend news that he has. We've heard that a couple times already this weekend, but we'll hear it one more time. 3-minute break, come back and hear the weekend news from News Director Zach Nelson. We'll have more of game number 2 come up here in just a little bit. If you're watching on YouTube, we will end the broadcast, and then we'll come back with game number 2 here in just a little bit. So back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball.